Hey everybody, welcome to the 12th Corona video of the series. I hope everybody's doing okay out there. In this video, again, we're going to do a little bit of review. Going to focus more on the calculator here, like what could go wrong with the calculator, how to fix it, how to set it up. If you are having a difficult time with the calculator, no worries, you always have some alternatives. If you go to your Google Classroom, click on Classwork, we have the Desmos regression calculator, which Mr. Doobie let us know about. The online regression calculator, they do the same thing, but there's no download or anything needed. Okay, as you note here, you need to have the data into your calculator for this thing here. So this is what we're looking at here. All right, let's do it. As a reminder, please encourage your friends and classmates to get in on these. Some of us haven't been doing that, and some of our friends haven't done anything. Calculator stuff. Let's talk. So what I did was I looked at some NBA data over the past few days. I figured we would do some regression analysis on some of the variables. Some of the variables just look really good, so I included a bunch of them. You saw there were 6 variables. One of them is going to go in L1 all the way up to L6. This is the process that I used. Definitely take a read because this is good review for the AP test. We'll talk more about the AP test as we move forward. All right, so my 17-player sample is here. All right. You guys might remember this Kemba Walker guy. He's pretty good at basketball. He may have played in Connecticut or something like that. Anyway, so here's our variables. Make sure you get them in. I got them in there. It was a bit obnoxious, but they're in. Okay. Let's talk about getting into your lists. Some of you don't remember how to get into your lists, and I'm not gonna, sugarcoat it. That's not really all that okay. Anyway, so what I figured I would do is a little bit on the 84, a little bit on the 83 as well. Okay, so remember, stat. All right, there we go. Stat, edit, and here are your lists. Okay, stat, edit, here are your lists. So you'll notice on the right, I have all of the lists in there. On the left, you'll notice some other stuff's going on. Okay, it does look like I am missing L1. L1 has been deleted. Okay, so reminder, scroll over to the blank one, and we can always bring back second one, that's L1, hit enter, and not only does it bring back L1, it brings back everything that was in L1. Okay, the only obnoxious part is that it's now out of order. I can't handle that. I am now going to delete them all and rearrange them. Okay, now you may have a bunch of stuff, and instead of clear enter, delete, clearing all your lists. Okay, there's a way to clear all your lists really quickly. Second plus, number 4. Okay, and once you hit done, it's done. So stat, edit. You'll notice all my lists are empty. So what I had in L2, L3, those are gone. Anyway, so I deleted all the rest, and now I am going to bring back L2, L3, L4, L5, and L6. Okay, I'm not going to delete my data. I could do that, or I'm not going to clear that. I'll show you how to reset on your calculator using both. Okay, so now suppose you go to do something and it just doesn't work for whatever reason. Yeah, it stinks. You might have to reset your calculator. So second plus. Okay, you see number 7 there, reset. Okay, and we're not just going to reset the RAM. We're not going to archive anything or anything like that. We're going to reset all. Okay, and yes, this is just a little fail-safe to make sure you don't reset accidentally. Okay, so again, second plus. We want number 7, all. And it takes a little while. Okay, so stat edit. You'll notice my lists are gone. Whatever, I'll just re-enter them. Okay. Yes, it's going to be obnoxious. It's going to be a pain in the butt, but I'll do that. Okay. Okay, I'm back, and I got my data back in there. Bit obnoxious, whatever. Okay, so now we will eventually have to actually look at scatter plots. So remember, second y equals, okay? And we want the first one that looks like a scatter plot. Wherever your x's are, that goes in L1. Wherever your y's are, that goes in L2, okay? I'm going to do that over here. Only now I am going to do that using, let's say, I don't know, something that we're not going to do. L1's fine. And let's say, I don't know, L4. Okay, because what we're going to do is we're going to do a little regression analysis. Okay, so remember, once we've got that going on, zoom 9. Okay, so you'll notice here we have a complete random scatter here. If anything, maybe a smidge of an extremely weak positive. But just a reminder of how to actually run your regression analysis. Okay. Let's see. So I want to stat, calc, and number 8. Okay. And I'm going to do that on L1, L4. Okay. Vars, slide over to Y vars, number 1. Again, all of these processes are in the first 12 videos. Okay. And here, this spits out the information we need for our regression analysis. A, that's our y-intercept. B, that's our slope. R, that's our correlation. So you'll, be able to tell what kind of correlation that is. The R squared value. Remember the sentence. Okay. Now, if we go back to the list of lists, second stat, okay, we can use the residual list. Okay. If you notice, store it. Can't use L1 through L6. They're in use. I created a little RSD for residual. Okay. So when I hit stat and edit, okay, these are our residuals. So now it's quick and easy to go look at our residual plot. Okay, and I know some of you are thinking, I have the old calculator. I will do that as well. Let me turn this equation off. Okay, so you can see we have a bunch of random scatter. We don't have a pattern. That's a good thing. Okay, I mean, our eyeballs originally told us that we had a weak positive, which means that, most of this stuff's not really all that necessary. Okay, using the TI-83, which I accidentally closed out. Okay, I got it back up and running. So now let me show you how to redo all this stuff. So again, second y equals, choose the one that looks like a scatter plot. L1, L4, and remember, zoom 9. Okay, and here, so we do see our weak positive. I'm going to have to say it's linear. I don't, it's so weak, it's hard to tell, but it does look like if we smush this together, it would form a line. It's just so weak that it's kind of hard to talk about. Anyway, stat, calc, we want number 8. Even though you don't see it down there, I am going to press the number 8. Okay, now, on what lists? Remember, L1, comma, L4, okay? And if you want the calculator to put the line in there for you, do a comma, vars, same thing you just saw a few minutes ago, Y1, boom, we get all this stuff. Oh no! What did Mr. Cohen forget to do? I forgot to turn my diagnostic settings on, so second 0. Scroll all the way down to diagnostic on. Remember, if you don't have your R and your R squared, then half of what we're doing is not working. Okay. I can enter a couple times, and there we go. I've got my R and my R squared. Okay. So now when I go to my graph, you'll notice there's a line the calculator did for us. Okay. And now that I did my lin reg, okay, you'll notice the residual list did show up, so I can always do the residual plot that way. Okay. Reminder: if you go into your lists, I only redid some of them. Okay. We can go in and rename a list whatever we want. Okay. So RSD. Oops. RSD. There we go for residual. Okay. And I can take my. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. You can go back to the home screen and take the residual list, store it into this newly made RSD or residual list. Okay, and then you can do your residual plot and all that stuff. Okay. Anyway, so in your form for this video, okay, you're going to take this correlation table and some of the stuff that we've already done. You're going to answer these questions and all that stuff. Okay, this is a correlation table that we talked about back in video number 4, I believe. And so these are the R values. To get the R squared value, I think you know how to do R squared if you're given the R value. Okay, let's take another look at games played and age. Okay, that is, I believe, our L1 and L2. Okay, so you'll notice L1 and L2, games played in L1, age in L2. All right, let's look at the scatter plot and describe the association, and then I'm going to end this video for you. So again, remember, second y equals L1, L2. Okay, if you're using the good one, I'm going to change it to light blue this time. Remember, zoom 9. Okay, so what kind of association are we seeing here? Remember the duffs. I believe that was from back in video number 3, possibly number 5. And if you don't remember what duffs stands for, the direction and the unusual features. So direction, positive, negative. Okay, here I would say, or none. Okay, unusual features, do we have any outliers? This one over here to the left looks like it could be an outlier, but this is so kind of whatever anyway that I'm not going to worry about it. Form, is it linear? Is it nonlinear? Is it curved? Or is there no association? Strength, is it strong? Is it moderate? Is it weak? Or is there no association at all? Okay, so remember, association, those are words, and the correlation is a number. All right. Go to the Google Classroom, do video response number 12. You'll be asked questions about the stuff that you either read or didn't read, and hopefully you could always go back and look. All right, good stuff. I'm going to run through the entire process in video number 13, so go take care of video 12 and then come back and watch video number 13. Peace out, everyone.